Hey, folks, welcome to the weekly tip off. I'm your host, Chris Long. Weekly tip off brought to you by the Fantasy Basketball Advice Network. We've got a great show for you today. We got a contributor coming in today from North Carolina. You'll really enjoy him. We'll talk about Ja Morant. We'll talk about who the underrated are teams that we kind of see, but 2 weeks in the season, are they for real? Are they not? And then speaking of 2 weeks in the season, we got injuries, suspensions, the whole nine. Your team's is probably a wreck right now in fantasy. We'll help you through it next on the weekly tip off. All right. Good evening, fellas. Good evening, fellas. What's going on? We got my co-host Todd Paul. You guys seen him before. What's up, Todd?
How you doing?
Good, man. Good. And we got the contributor here, personal friend of ours, the man, the myth, the legend, the prophet. What's going on, Prof? How you doing, man?
Glad to be here.
All right, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Well, look, man, you know how we do, man. We just talk like we do normally, in the group chat when I be lighting y'all up with my takes, you know what I'm saying? And, we're going to talk about a few things here. We got the injuries. We got Ja Morant acting a fool out here, but look, man, let's talk about it. So Ja is obviously the biggest thing right now in the NBA for not so good reasons. Already got a suspension from the team, conduct detrimental to the team. The coach, a lot has been made about the new coach and the play style that they're running. No pick and rolls is really hurting his game. They interviewed him pretty much the last game. He was just like, I don't really have it. No joy for the game right now. Don't know if it's a change of scenery that's needed or just something internal that's going on with him. But love to hear your thoughts, guys. What's what is the end goal of this? What's going to happen from this? What would you like to see? Prof, go ahead and kick us off, man.
Well, I mean, I feel like it might be best for them to part ways, best for them in real life, and then definitely amazing for our fantasy teams. Even though like Memphis is in a weird situation, so they really need to reset a little bit. I think losing Bain, kind of hurt them. Having that kind of third guy that they can trust to go get a bucket. So now, if you look at their stats, you'll see Ja leading the way and Ja Jackson second. But you don't see anything. Cedric Cow is their third leading scorer right now. I didn't know who Cedric Cow was. Well, I mean, I knew about him a little bit, but definitely didn't expect him to be the third leading scorer. But I will say, even in a terrible situation, Ja's averaging 20 and 7. So I mean, that's still not going to kill you, but it's something to think about in terms of your return on investment, where you drafted in and so forth. So I think Edie, those type of guys, you're hoping that you get some growth. I'm particularly um, disturbed by Gigi Jackson not getting opportunities because I believe in Gigi's game and I believe in his ability to impact games. And I think it's the perfect opportunity to kind of integrate him in there. You got Santee, you got a bunch of guys there that, they're role players. Their ceilings aren't that high. So, you hope that they, I mean, I've been, I'm a coach and I've been in situations where, you have guys that don't want to be there. And, the truth is sometimes it's better to have guys move on, and so it's better for both sides. So hopefully they do make that a reality for his sake and for our sake, mostly for our sake. So, yeah.
So Todd, I saw you grinning while he was talking too, man. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it's just simply Ja doesn't like the coach, right? I think he really liked the old coach, and this coach they're not vibing. He looks like he could care less.
Hmm.
Um, and the team they're just not very good. You look at this roster. I mean, if you just look at the depth chart, Cam Spencer is the second point guard.
That's
Gigi,
your guy, though. And Cam Spencer,
yeah,
your guy.
yeah. I
Crown
know
baby.
he's not a guy, but he's not. He's You're lucky he scores 10 points,
Yeah.
right? And then Gigi Jackson, he can go off. He's fifth on the depth chart.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, look, is that the fault of? So you're saying this whole thing is because Ja's team is bad, or is it Ja's? Does Ja have any personal responsibility in this? He's being the leader. He needs to face
No,
the franchise. He needs to get with the new coach. Is anything on him, or is it all the organization?
I think it's organization because
Yeah, a
like
lot of the team construction. Yeah.
they made this decision when they went to fire that coach like 5 games before the playoffs, right? They're like, this isn't working. We're gonna roll with this guy, and this guy, I don't know. I think his system's from Europe or something, but no pick and roll. I think he thinks his system's so good he can just use anyone,
Hmm.
right? And clearly that's not working.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
A lot of
I just don't like
yeah,
it.
a lot of European actions are off ball screens or screen away actions. And that's an adjustment for a guy like a Ja who's used to a lot of on ball action, a lot of, high usage and stuff like that. So, like, I mean, I don't think it's anything he can't handle. I just think the relationship between him and the coach is not as fluid. So, like, it's a big thing, the relationship between coaches and players. I mean, these are all grown men in the NBA. It's not like college. You can't just tell somebody what to do and they just do it. Now, in college, you got that leverage. In the NBA, it's like, bro, I don't like you. I'm not going to play all for you. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I'm getting my money regardless, so it doesn't matter. So, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and I think that's where he's at right now. And like I said, I don't think there's any way he can stay there and it gets better. I don't think the personalities mesh like Todd said, and hopefully they make the move sooner rather than later. The roster, I think they took a chance with Bain, trading Bain. I can't remember the return.
For
Well, I don't even know.
for
Was it a
first round
return?
pick.
4 first round
It-
pick. It was a big.
okay, okay. So they took a chance trading Bain, and that's a long term vision. Like they chose long game. So if you're gonna choose that, then you got to live with what you see right now. And if you got a star in his prime, it's risky. You might as well, if you're gonna go long game, get rid of the star, move on, and reset the whole thing. Because when you do that, that's a great return. But it's just, John's not gonna want to be a part of this type of build right now. So
Yeah. Let me just remind you guys, they had Jaren Jackson, Bain, Dylan Brooks, the whole nine, and they still couldn't get over
it
the.
didn't work. Yeah, it didn't work.
It didn't work. So, now they got rid of Bain for 4 first round picks. Jaren Jackson just doesn't look that great either. We can talk about that too. But Todd, put on your GM hat. Like, what's the next move you doing? Are you shipping them off, like Ja off? Or you sticking with Ja and maybe you get new coaching? What do you think?
No, I would. I mean, I would trade him because you might as well just go all in on the tank, right? Like you need to give your best chance to get the top pick. But like, and you probably get if Bain got 4 first, what's Ja 5, 6? Like
Mhm.
it's. I mean, but think about it, the team who's gonna get him. They probably want a championship. So for those next 3, 4 years, that's gonna be a low first round pick every year.
Yeah.
So like unless you're Memphis and you're going to package and flip those, let's say 6, 7 first round picks you get for a top
Uh-oh.
3 pick, yeah,
6-7.
Yeah, stop.
that's funny. And then like I don't know what you're doing. It's just you just have to get lucky and get like an all star that drops like Giannis like to 15.
You have to get a Ja Morant in the draft. That's
No,
what
but
you do.
John was number 2.
Yeah, I
No,
know. I know.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about trades. I'm like, ooh, let me see. What would I do? Like, um, I don't know, like Toronto and Brooklyn were the two teams I was thinking about.
Brooklyn's the same situation as Memphis now.
Well,
I think.
in terms of the return that Memphis could get, they
Guys,
can get some Clowney or some
yeah.
of those guys. I don't know. Toronto, I like because they got Grady. I'm not gonna say that part, but Grady, they got Grady and um, Colin Murray Boyles. They got some pieces, some guys that could be contributors and help them. Remember, they've already thrown in on first rounders are the key. So You know, you want some functional guys, some young guys. I always think, I don't know if it'll fit, but Washington, I love because they got tons of young players that will work for any team. I don't know. The point guard situation there is kind of sketchy. So, I mean, that could be a really good trade partner too. So, does a return. And then also with Washington, he can help them like be better now. And they're still young and they're still functional. So I think Washington actually sounds like the best trade partner just because both teams will eat off that trade. You know, like
Yeah.
they'll get somebody that can push them to the next level because they're kind of just floating in the wind right now. So,
Yeah. It's interesting, guys. I'd just say, you know, you guys are expecting a big haul for Ja Morant. I mean, like the play right now, his statistics have gone down every single year for the past 4 years. It's a bit to do with it. But then also the injuries, the play, not play, the team dynamic, you know, is he going to fit in? What if he cries like he's doing right now? It's a lot to think about. You never had those questions with Bane, right? Bane's kind of still in the upswing, still a team player. Ja, who knows, right? So would you give up 5 or 6 first round picks for Ja Morant right now? That's the question to ask. Don't
If
know.
I could win,
But who would? I mean, will that put the Wizards over the top, right?
no,
Because
but not
you're
Wizards aren't close. But I would
I
only
think
make
Ja
that
takes
trade if I
them,
could
makes
win.
them. I think Ja gives them a big jump.
Yeah,
okay.
he makes them a big jump, but I don't think they win with him.
Yeah.
That's what
I
I'm saying.
think they do. I do. I think they do.
Win what
Because
games?
yeah, they will win games.
Yeah, they win games. Not going to win championship.
No, they need to win games. They're 1-7.
No, I don't.
They need to win
I don't
games.
sell my future for just games.
That's
Well,
what that's
they have excess. You don't need to trade picks with them. You got young players that you can actually give them that are actually like going to make a difference for Memphis because of how old and you know as a they're not as talented as a main roster. So like you could trade a job, you get a Cam Whitmore there, you get a AJ Johnson there. That's a big gets for them, and you add them to Jared Jackson. So Cam Whitmore get you 18 to 20 a game off the rip. AJ's like 20, and he's unbelievable. So you can get those guys minutes and opportunity with Jaron Jackson. I mean, you got something there. You do, you really do. And it's not like, you got Cedric Cowley, you got some guys that can hang. You got Zach Edey, so you
yeah.
don't need a center. Like I'm not saying Zach Edey's the greatest. I see the look on your
No,
face.
you're
I'm
being
just saying.
super optimistic.
I mean, I don't see why not. Like
I
it
get your point,
happens like
bro.
that.
I
It
get your
happens
point.
like that. Like, what are you gonna do? Like,
No, here.
Washington got all these guys, right? They got it's the law of diminishing return. They got a ton of really good guards, young guys, and they don't got minutes for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, I would trade. What about Cleveland? You trade like Garland, Hunter, and like 2 first.
I ain't getting that.
Man, why would Memphis do that? That's I mean,
No, why would Cleveland do that? Garland, nice, bro.
man,
No, they're not happy with Garland.
Oh, they're not.
Garland's getting shipped off at some point this season for sure.
Really?
I would think so. Yeah.
Why?
That would make Cleveland the best backcourt in the league.
Cleveland won 60-something games last year.
Yeah.
They lost first round. I don't care. I don't care how many games you win. You lose first round in 5 games. You got gentleman sweep. No, you gotta make some changes.
Hey, I'm with you.
All right.
But something's got to give. I don't know.
Yeah.
So
Something's got to give. Something's got to give. All right, fellas. Look, Ja. Look, we praying for you out here, man, and you got to get it together, man. We got to get it together. All right, let's move on to the next topic. Let's talk about the teams. You guys kind of mentioned. I know Prof's in love with the Wizards. Todd's got some teams. Look, what's some under the radar teams that like either they are doing better than we thought at this point, or is it just like some teams that are just maybe on the cusp and you kind of see them growing. You like the growth and you see them reaching the next level. So Todd, let me start with you, man. Do you have any teams that kind of come to mind quickly outside of your Bulls that really killing it right now that you think are doing well?
Yeah, the biggest surprise of the year outside of the Bulls, the Blazers.
Yeah.
I mean, they were 1-2. The scandal dropped. Their coach is out, and then they've had some of the best wins of the year. They beat the Lakers, who are like 6 or 7-2. They beat the Nuggets. They beat the Thunder, who were undefeated. And they're using an interim coach, Tiago Splitter, which when I watched him play, I never thought he'd be a great coach. He looked like a slow center, but he passed pretty well, and he was limited.